Everyone's talking about how the Pokemon market is crashing right now, and that is simply not the case. What we're seeing is not a total collapse, but rather a correction, and that is a massive difference that we need to talk about. A few booster boxes over the last week have seen their prices come down sharply, and it's throwing everyone into this panic like it's 2021 again. Even Rudy from Alpha Investments, one of the most influential people in this space, came out and said that it's not necessarily a time to panic. The numbers that we're seeing are normal and should be considered normal. So in this video, we're going to break down these numbers over the last week, month, 3-month, and 6-month periods. And I'm going to show you guys how this is normal and why, if you're in this long term, both in a collecting and investing aspect, that this is actually the best thing that could possibly happen. But what's going on, guys? My name is Steve. This is Steel City Stacks. If you've been here before, welcome back. If you're new, welcome in. With that, let's get straight into it. Now, I came back here after a few days off and away from YouTube and the hobby and everything else, and I just got bombarded with a bunch of videos and clickbaity titles and thumbnails that the world was ending and everything that we're seeing is all like the bubbles bursting, the market's finally over. And I could not believe that being away for just 2 full days led me to just this massive onslaught of panic. And I'm so glad Rudy put out almost like an hour-long video talking about how this is supposed to happen, and he kind of called the whole crash that happened in the crypto market and in the stock market here in the US on Friday and blah blah blah. So before we start breaking down some of these numbers and I can give you guys my thoughts behind this, I just want to recap some of the stuff that Rudy was talking about because it is relatively important. And we're going to talk about 3 things very, very quickly. Number 1, he had talked about how, and this was like middle of last week here in like very early October, that he believes that the crypto market is going to crash, that there's going to be, this like correction that we see, like, I notice they use the word crash, how he uses the word crash. But in reality, there's going to be this correction on, indexes and, crypto, Bitcoin, all of that. And what do you know, quite literally the next day, we had, the tariff announcement against China, and that looks like it's going to be in limbo, and we just have no idea. Like, it's April again, and the market's panicked, and boom, there you go. And Rudy put out something in that almost hour-long video talking about how there is a direct correlation to Bitcoin and your crypto bros, or whatever you want to call them, investing in Pokemon. And when that goes down, the market sharply kind of like our market here sharply corrects. So that's just something to kind of like monitor moving forward, guys. So as you watch this video, just remember that. Number 2, you had a bunch of TCGs all come out at the same time. You had Magic the Gathering release the Spider-Man collection. Say what you want about it, it didn't do as well. There's a lot going on with it. This is not a Magic channel. I don't know much about it, but I know that came out. I know there was a One Piece set that came out or is coming out that's pretty hyped up right now. I believe Weiss Schwartz came out with something as well, and then you had Mega Evolutions come out. So there's all of this stuff happening all at once. There's all of these stores that need to pay off their credit cards and pay their bills. There's a lot of scalpers and flippers trying to make their ends meet, and they're dumping product on the market. And it's just something to keep in mind in this conversation. And lastly, number 3, we are going to set up a kind of like a rule system. And I've been a big advocate on this channel so far of telling you guys to listen to people that have distribution and listen to the voices that actually mean something in this space. The people that have been doing it long, that have skin in the game, they're not just like they've been here, like 2 months like me necessarily, or even 6 months or a year. You got to listen to the big dogs and really kind of hone in on what they're saying. And Rudy has been at this for 10 plus years, and he has a background in stocks and stuff like that. So I want to lay down the groundwork of what he explained in that video of what it means for definitions to necessarily makes sense. So as he put it, a 10% drop off is considered a correction in terms of, stock market trends and stuff like that. A 20% drop is a shift in sentiment or a general bear market. 30 to 50% is used to signify a crash. Now, before you guys kind of jump down my neck and you're like, oh, well, this is taken out of context. Like, we're only talking like a week here. The definitions you just gave, those are more like long-term. That's true, okay? But that's, again, it's part of the bigger picture, and we will get into that. So please keep those three things in mind. The crypto factor that we're seeing right now, all of the TCGs that came out around the same time here, around the end of September, September 26th to be specific, and the fact that these percentage numbers are used like in the bigger like economical world to signify things. So just keep those three things in mind as I kind of break down these numbers here and then give my thoughts. The big elephant in the room are Pokemon booster boxes. Those are centered around investing, collecting, anything that you can think of in this space right now. They are at the absolute forefront. And for this conversation, we are going to specifically stick to booster boxes. I'm not going to get into black and white, prismatic, Shrouded Fable, Paldean Fates. I'm going to stay away from the specialty sets just because it's a little bit difficult. There are no booster boxes for those. So we're going to be strictly talking about the booster boxes. And I started with Paldea Evolved because Mr. P is so popular and it's also super expensive. So this is talking about data from October 3rd. I'm going to run down each set. I'm going to tell you the percentage drops or gains since October 3rd. And you guys tell me what you think, okay? Let's do it. Paldea Evolved, down 2.8%. Obsidian Flames, up 0.6%. Paradox, down 9.4%. Temporal, up 2.7%. Twilight, no change. Stellar Crown, 1.4%. Surging, down 8.9%. Journey Together, just the regular booster box, up 2.3%. Journey Together Enhanced, 1.5% increase. Destined Rivals, down 12.7%. Mega Evolutions, down 3.5%. So, if you've been paying attention, you can see that pretty much all of the sets in 2025, the main sets in 2025, have either shown a very slight increase or, down since October 3rd. Now think about the time frame. For the record, guys, it is, let me look, 11:25 when I looked this stuff up roughly on Sunday, October 12th. So we're talking about like 9 or 10 kind of like full days here worth of data. So a little bit over a week. And you can see Destined Rivals drop 12.7%. Mega Evolutions down 3.5%. Those are the new hotness. Everyone loves them, of course. Destined Rivals got a reprint. Oh my God. And the price kind of went down a little bit. Now, go back to the third thing that I said. A 10% drop is considered correction territory. 10%. Destined Rivals down 12.7%. It's in between that and the bear market. One set. I don't see that for Mega Evolutions. I don't see that for Journey Together. Surging Sparks down 8.9%, which we'll get into here in a little bit for sure. I don't see anything there that really makes sense since October 3rd to be considered a crash. Do you at all? I mean, I see positive percentages there too. But here's the thing, guys. When we expand the graph outwards, because that's what a lot of people like to do, is they go and they take the whole graph like this, and then they're like, let's look right here, guys. Let's look right here at this, and I'm going to tell you that everything's crashing instead of giving you the expanded views. And I did this a little bit in a booster box video. Again, go and watch it if you want to see like a breakdown of all the Scarlet Violet booster boxes. I literally just did it like a week and a half ago. But I hate that everyone's just like, kind of like tunnel visioning this, and they're not giving the full picture. So we're going to talk about the 1 month, the 3 month, and the 6 month outlooks that we've seen here in the last like few months. So for this next part, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go set by set, and I'm going to give you the 1 month, the 3 month, and the 6 month rate of change from today's date, backwards 1, 3, and 6 months, starting with Paldea Evolved. So 1 month, 3 month, 6 month. Paldea evolved. Positive 0.8%, 27% positive, 91.5% positive. Obsidian Flames, 2.7%, 43.3%, 56% positive. Paradox Rift, 15% positive, 33.4, 49.2% positive. Temporal Forces, 7.3%, 15.2%, 35.2% all positive. Twilight, geez, had a brain fart there. 6.1%, 15.9%, 47.3%. All positive. Stellar Crown, 11.1%, 24.9%, 37.3% positive. Surging Sparks, 6.2% positive, 13.7% positive, and then 11.0% positive. Journey Together, the regular one, 5.7%, 10.6%, 21.9% all positive. Journey Together Enhanced, 13.8%, 25.1%, and then 25.7%. All positive, guys. Destined Rivals, 1 month ago, down 6.3%, 31.9% increase over 3 months, 45.9% increase over 6 months. And then to wrap it up, Mega Evolutions since September 26th, which was its release date, up 1.6%. So I spat a lot of numbers at you guys just now. The theme of that was there were a lot of positive numbers in the last month, 3 months, 6 months. In fact, there was only one negative number, and that was Destined Rivals over the last month has fallen 6.3%. The booster box, 6.3% decrease. And that is because we have seen the Pokemon Center release more Destined Rivals booster boxes. Straight up. Also, let me be crystal clear here. Destined Rivals came out in, I believe it was May 29th or something like that, end of May. I don't remember the specific date, but end of May. Came out, it was like all-time highs. It was like the highest you've ever paid for a booster box. It was like $230 or $40 or something like that. And everyone's like, oh my God, that's crazy. And then Mega Evolutions came out, later, and it was selling for $300. And then now it's selling for slightly more than that. Wow, crazy. Crazy that happens. It's now down to $306. Think about that, guys. $300+ for a booster box off rip, and you guys think the price is crashing because it went down, checks notes, 3.5%. I'm sorry, guys. This is where my analysis kind of comes in here. I have virtually no skin in the booster box game, like at all. I'm going to step aside here for a second. There is not a single booster box here. None. Nothing. Except the Japanese booster boxes. Sorry, should have specified that. There's no English booster boxes here. Full stop. No skin in the game here, so I can talk about this because I'm not trying to sell you absolutely anything. I'm really not. Coming back after 2 days away from this it's shocking to see what's happening. The thumbnails and the titles and everything, they're all geared to make you click stuff. And I'm going to shoot you guys straight. That's how YouTube works. If you've never looked it up, if you've maybe made content before and you gave up or whatever the situation is, or maybe you just didn't simply understand like how this works. How this works is you want to be as engaging as you possibly can in this space. You want to put out the most clickable thing possible. And what's the new clicky thing? What's the thing that'll get people to come and watch your videos? It's talking about Pokemon cards crashing. Took me, checks notes, 10 minutes to look all this information up just to verify that, I don't think a lot changed since 2 days ago. You know what I mean? Like since the great crypto crash of October 10th, of 2025 when Donald Trump announced a tariff against China that may or may not even happen. Let's be real. Dude's been kicking the can on tariffs with China down the road since literally January. But who knows if that's even going to happen? Who knows if it's going to happen at 100%? But, again, we'll point back to the thing that Rudy said, which was my number one point. As people with money and big money go in this hobby, so goes the Pokemon card market, because that is the biggest, splashiest thing. What you guys are seeing are a few people acting on the market right now and nothing more. There is absolutely no reason to think that we are going anywhere. And why this is a good thing for you guys, that is because if these people start panicking, if the stores that bought too much product or scalpers that are trying to pay off their credit cards or whatever it is, right, realize, hey, not many people can afford this, we are probably going to see corrections. And what's insanely important here is to remember the time frames that we're talking about. If we see sustained correction territory, again, negative 10%, week over week, month over month, yes, we will consider that to be a bear market. But we're not there. We're not even close to being there at all. Nothing suggests that that is coming. Nothing is suggesting that, the holiday season is going to slow down. That these Inferno X boxes that I sold 10 of in a matter of 24 hours are going to slow down because Pokemon keeps pumping out stuff that people want. And the price only went up on those boxes that I happened to sell over the weekend. And it was just like, I guess things are crashing, guys. Who knows? I don't see it. I took 2 days away. I saw my email keep going off. There's a sale. There's another one. There's another one. There's another one. There's 3 more in one order. There's another 2 in another. And I'm just like, I don't see it. I don't see what you guys are talking about. And it's good because if we start seeing this and people, right? The people start panicking and they're trying to get you to click on stuff and they're trying to get you to sell stuff. Let it happen. Let it happen. Surging Sparks, not the best hit rates. Love the set. Mentioned it before on this channel. Let people dump it. That's great for us. It's great for you long-term investors. If you want to hold stuff like that, go and buy it. Go and buy your Surging Sparks booster boxes that are only up 6.2% on the month. Go ahead. Now's a great time. Seriously, go ahead. I totally agree. Go buy literally almost anything because it's probably going to go up still long-term. That's the whole thing. If you're a long-term collector in this, if you value some of the cards, if you value PSA slabs, you don't care about this. Don't click on the videos and then think like, oh my God, I need to sell everything. I need to sell all my PSA slabs that I was trying to hold for 4 years because one guy said, oh my God, and then this guy said something too, and then it's all over YouTube. And what are they going for? What's their agenda? What are they trying to do? All I'm saying, guys, is that you need to again, I'm gonna say this until until I'm red in the face, I swear. Not that anyone's not listening, but it's so important. It needs to be said almost in every video. Be mindful of the content you consume. Think about what people are telling you and why they're telling you. I will gladly tell you guys everything you want to know and be as transparent as I possibly can be on all of this stuff because you guys deserve to know. That's what this is about. If you've made it this far in the video, I know for a fact you agree. I know you do. So, don't panic. Be smart. Let things play out. It is only, again, at the time of this recording, it is October 12th. We have another 2 full months until it is almost Christmas Day in the holiday season. I spent almost 6 years of my life working holiday retail. And as much as that sucked, I learned a lot. And I know for a fact that people are gonna spend money and it's gonna happen. Use this opportunity wisely. I'm not gonna tell you what to do with your money. I'm not gonna tell you what to do with your investments. I'm just telling you guys to surround yourself with knowledge and listen to the people that actually know what they are talking about. Be mindful of the content you consume. If you found this content actionable, entertaining, and enjoyable, do the things, hit the buttons down below, leave a comment, leave a like, do the things. Please, it helps out so much. Again, I'll tell you guys, it helps out the algorithm. It helps me just reach more people, and that's what this is about. So I hope you enjoyed this one. Really fun to get back into this, especially after being away for a few days. So we have more to talk about. I'm sure there's going to be something else that pops up that we're going to talk about. So until then, I'll catch you guys in the next one.